Good MoonDay morning, water witches and water priestesses. I just wanted to do a quick MoonDay morning check-in. I've got some interesting things to share, some exciting things to share, and a little bit of birthday news. So I am a very watery person, as many of you know, and I have my birthday in the sign of Cancer. So I have been celebrating that. And about 2 weeks ago, if you follow me on Instagram, you've probably seen some of the pictures. About 2 weeks ago, I had been given this little kitten as a gift and as part of my birthday present. His name is Omen, and he's a sweet snuggler. And I wanted to introduce everybody to him, and then I was going to talk a little bit about my trips to the waterfall this past week and the beach. And I've got some exciting things to share coming up, and something about Witchology magazine, and a couple other things. So I am going to take this snuggle monster, whose name is Omen. Look at how cute he is. Whoopsie. And he's either going to curl up here in a second, or I'm going to go and let him... Oh, yep, he's going to be a kitty. Okay, so I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I dropped the kitten off in his new little sun spot that he has on the stairs. He will probably curl up and take a nap, but he was too excited to be in the temple room. I keep this room closed, and I'm the only one that's in here, and so this was his first experience, and there's too many exciting things for him to crawl on. All right, so where to even start? So my birthday was this past week, and I was really blessed to have a friend of mine fly into town quite unexpectedly, and so we made a quick trip out to the Multnomah Gorge and visited 3 different waterfalls. If you have followed the news about the Multnomah Gorge, last year it burned very badly, but thankfully the Multnomah Falls and the 2 falls directly to the left and right were still preserved and green and beautiful. So we didn't lose access to those, thank goodness. So I got to go out there, and I made a post on my Instagram this week about the tower card, and how the tower card from the tarot deck, and how the waterfall can often embody that, especially that falling tower type of energy. And we often think of waterfalls as these very bright and beautiful type of energy, and they do hold that as well, but after visiting and spending some time there with my very magical sister, it was apparent that the theme of that particular trip was kind of exploring that radical revisioning and change when the foundation is cracked and things are looked at from a different perspective. And radical changes are made so that the person can then transform into something new. So that I got to experience early in the week, and then later the week I got to go to the beach, which was a very calm day. There was no clouds, the sun was beautiful, it wasn't too hot, it wasn't too windy. There were many treasures to be found. It's very rare on the West Coast beaches to find a lot of shells and things of this nature, but I found a little bit of sea glass and a couple of intact shells, and so it was really wonderful. Great gifts from the ocean. The other things that are going on with me this week are Witchology magazine, which you can find on Instagram under Witchology magazine, has done a water witch issue for the entire month of July. Their issue focuses on water magic, and they did an interview with me, and that's in there. And I read some of the other things that were in the actual issue itself, and there's a lot of really cool stuff. So if you like water magic and you like hands-on crafting and learning about different types of water, a little bit about me, a little bit about I think I saw something about the Selkies and sirens in there as well, and how to make a sea witch jar. There's some really interesting stuff in there, so you guys should go check it out. purchase a copy if you like. It's a beautiful digital online magazine, and there's information in there about the book as well. And I hope you guys enjoy that. So head on over to Witchology Magazine and subscribe to get their water issue. The next thing that's going on in my life is I have a new piece of quartz. It's called lithium quartz. There will be a blog coming out in the next couple of weeks about this particular type of quartz and how I've been working with it. And I think that there was one other thing. Oh, well, I've said this a lot, but I'll say it again. If you happen to be on the East Coast and you are looking to learn about water magic, I am coming to you on a book tour. So I will be visiting North Carolina from July 12th through about the 18th, and then I head down to Georgia. And if you happen to be in Florida or the South or Georgia or South Carolina or Louisiana or anywhere within driving distance of Atlanta, then you may want to stop by at Mystic South, which is a very large pagan conference, very similar from what I understand to Pantheacon, but I have not been to Mystic South before. This is the first year that they accepted my proposal, and I will be teaching on the Cult of the Sacred Springs and the Holy Wells. But there is going to be a lot of other people there as well. I believe that Jason Mankey and Lilith Dorsey and a couple other people are the headliners, and the amount of people that we have teaching and all of the different classes is a full schedule packed full of all the things that you would want to learn and experience for many different paths. And so I hope to see many of you there. I will be teaching Friday at 5 p.m. So just let me know if you have any questions or if you need to be directed to the website, but you can just Google Mystic South and you should be able to find it. And in North Carolina, so going back a little bit, it's Monday and I've had coffee. So going back to North Carolina, I am teaching a very long workshop ritual class at the Sojourners in Greenville on Saturday the 13th. And then Sunday the 14th, I am teaching a evening workshop on the basics of water magic at the Mystic Elements in Wilmington, North Carolina. And then on Monday evening, I am teaching a Sea Witch class with a lot of folk magic and folk charms and traditional witchcraft practices and traditional folkloric practices from the British Isles to do with sea magic. And that will be at the Peddler and Crow in Jacksonville. And I will be visiting my favorite East Coast beach, which happens to be Topsail Beach in Hampstead, which is one of the places that I used to live. And so I am going to be there connecting with the water and basking in that delicious Atlantic Ocean. I'm so very excited to dive in. I have dreams of just like running and just diving right into that water. I love the Pacific Ocean, don't get me wrong, but there's nothing like the Atlantic. The water is just so wonderful and so clear, and I really deeply connect with it. Of course, I grew up playing in that particular ocean, so it makes a lot of sense. All right, well, this was just a really quick MoonDay morning check-in. I do have a couple things that are going to be hitting this week as far as video blogs and blogs. I have two blogs that are video blogs that are queued up that should be, at least one of them will be released this week. And last week I released a written article on the Water Witch blog, which is over on Pathos, and that was on magical GPS for witches, grounding, protecting, and shielding. So if you're interested in hearing about that particular type of magic, then head on over there. Oh, the last thing. This is taking up a lot of my life, so I should be talking about it. I am going to be performing at Jimbala with 2 different sacred dance groups. One of them is with my troupe, or not my troupe, but the troupe I belong to under the direction of Tiare and Pearl. And or we're called Valoria, and we are going to be offering Shatter Spell, which is our fairy Queen Mab Dryad performance piece. And I am a Dryad, and I love being a Dryad in this piece. And then the other one that I'm going to be doing is with Sedona Soulfire and her group again. I'm doing the performance piece, and we are working on being these embodying these earth priestess, warrior goddess, Amazonian energy, just really that warrior priestess, earth warrior priestess. There we go. I think that's probably a good way of describing it. And so costumes are underway. We are crafting, we are creating, we are choreographing and learning, and so much serpent energy is running through that piece. I cannot wait for you guys to see it. So if you happen to be in Portland or the Pacific Northwest, please join us for Jimbala. I would love to see you guys there. All right, well, like I said, this was just going to be a very quick MoonDay morning check-in. Thank you so much for watching. And as you go through your week, perhaps you want to contemplate how the energy of the waterfall and the energy of the ocean is manifesting in your life, and how you might be able to learn from those particular types of water bodies and what messages they might have for you. So thank you so much for joining me, all of you wonderful water witches and priestesses. I hope to see you next time. And thank you so much for joining me. Don't forget, free oracle readings on Instagram, Wednesday at 11 a.m. on the live stream. I'll see you there. Bye-bye.